A program for restoration of certain cannon and field guns was embarked upon in late 1973, commencing with guns from the Wynnum foreshores. The first of these was a 1799 Carron cannon, which was fully restored in a 6-year program presented back to the Brisbane City Council and the people of Brisbane in September 1979. The guns being restored here are two 64-pounder Armstrong muzzle loaders, originally sited in Fort Lytton at the mouth of the Brisbane River. Restoration of Fort Lytton is also high on the list of Guild priorities. We are making representation to local, state and federal authorities to see that this important part of colonial history preserved for future generations as part of the national estate. It is hoped that some of the original armament will also be relocated in the fort. Restoration to the Guild's high standard often involves remanufacture of many components, and a wide range of specialist skills are provided free of charge by Guild members. Of course, the Restoration Committee particularly uses tradesmen such as boilermakers, welders and machinists, die makers and carpenters, but less skilled enthusiasts are also welcome to these unique working bees. Completed projects include a GMH 6-pounder anti-tank gun of the Second World War vintage, and a more recent ferret armoured car, as well as the 1799 Carron. Currently situated in front of the public library at Wynnum, the restored Carron 24-pounder cannon was a gift from Queen Victoria to the new colony in 1862. It was originally part of a battery of 12 guns at Queen's Park overlooking the Brisbane River. In 1879, during the firing of a salute for the opening of Parliament, this particular gun was not loaded correctly and discharged prematurely, killing 2 gunners of the volunteer artillery. Special field days and shoots are arranged by the Guild for members and their guests. For these shoots, members often dress in period uniform relating to their interests, as many of the collectors also collect the associated uniforms and accoutrements. A better understanding can be had of the function and use of weapons, and so these organised shoots are usually well attended. Of course, many of the older weapons are too fragile, rare or valuable to shoot, and much of the very early ammunition itself has become rare collector's items. In some cases, replicas of the early firearms are used. Shoots also provide an excellent opportunity for a really different family outing by members and friends, and firearm safety is always an important consideration. Even with antique or historical arms, safe handling and correct procedures are very important, and these range shoots are strictly controlled. They also serve to remind us that many of the collector's items are more than just relics of the past, examples of manufacturing skills, the gunsmith's trade, or historical pieces. Collectors Guild of Queensland was formed in January of 1973 and has become one of the largest of the collectors' organisations in Australia. It is affiliated with similar associations throughout Australia as well as in the United States. The aims of the Guild are to further the interests of collectors of arms, ammunition and associated militaria, to present members' interests to the official and government bodies, to promote a better understanding by the public and government, and to assist research into arms and military history. The main activities are monthly general meetings, monthly newsletters, organised shoots, members and postal auctions, gun shows, buy, sell and trade nights, the 1886 Morton Regiment Drill Squad and restoration workshops. The first gun show, or arms fair, was held in 1975 at Watkins Place, in association with the Queensland Police Youth Clubs. Displays on specific themes are always a highlight of the shows and demonstrate the high standards of collections in Queensland. As well as the police, the armed forces often participate with recruiting or weapons displays. Other associated organisations, such as the Military Historical Society, Sporting Shooters Association, Japanese Sword Society and the Australian Deer Association also take the opportunity to publicise their activities. The annual show is usually held in August, and collectors and dealers from all over Australia, as well as overseas, attend. It is an opportunity to trade, buy and sell, renew old acquaintances, and meet new collectors and dealers. Interests of the members are quite widespread. In addition to firearms and edged weapons, some members collect medals, badges, uniforms, books, photographs, memorabilia, vehicles, ordnance, and even aircraft. The shows provide an excellent opportunity to observe the ever-rising values of items, as sensible collecting and trading has proven to be an excellent investment. The Arms Collectors Guild of Queensland has been instrumental in making a stand and representing the interests of its members in the field of firearms legislation, and has funded publicity campaigns and advertising in order to promote its cause. While the Guild is non-partisan as regarded politics, it will take a stand against parties or organisations that threaten members' legitimate interests. Because of the Guild's lobbying, collectors in Queensland enjoy certain provisions and exemptions under the Acts, which compare most favourably with the situations in other states. Membership of the Guild covers a broad spectrum of collecting enthusiasts, ranging from students and pensioners to doctors and members of Parliament. The Guild also includes some prominent authors in the field of weapons, which serves to encourage the high standard of study and research carried on here in Queensland. For further information on the Guild, contact the Secretary, Arms Collectors Guild of Queensland.